Hello, I'm Katie Slattery, and I'm going to be reading a few poems that were featured this week on Trasna. I would like to thank the team there, Jeannie, Margaret, and especially Christine O'Connor, who asked me to do this. I would also like to dedicate these 3 poems to my father, who would also be extremely happy that a border collie is next to me. They were his favorite breed. But all 3 poems are very influenced by my father. The first one's called Take Me Out to the Ballgame. Scorecard balanced on knees, cross pencil in hand, me next to you, with my own scorecard, looking over your shoulder, determined to get it right without asking questions. Knowing all the words to the 7th inning stretch before I could speak. Ted Williams a saint, Ozzie Smith my hero. It's what we did best, you and I. Baseball. I learned the stats. I cataloged the big things. The curse of the Bambino, those horrible Yankees. St. Louis most summers. The Mecca, Fenway, high school graduation present. Cooperstown for college. My biggest regret, moving across the wide ocean, I missed that glorious day. Red Sox, world champions. I maintained a miracle. It happened before we carried your ashes from the church and the organ played just for you. Take me out to the ball game. The next one is called Joltin' Joe Has Left and Gone Away. Raised on baseball, days spent learning the stats, the history, the heroes, the Lou Gehrig's, the trivia, the trick questions. Moses Fleetwood Walker, not Jackie Robinson. Weekends in the off season spent queuing for autographs from the legends, Ted Williams, Joe DiMaggio, who was there with his brothers, Vince and Dom. A dog named Clemens, baseball cards for Christmas, every pack containing the possibility of a future treasure, and a stick of hard, powdery pink gum that broke as it was folded. 1998, 2 men battled for the home run title, leapfrogging each other each day. Would it be Chicago or St. Louis? Sosa or McGuire? Answer. Performance-enhancing drugs sullied the crystalline waters of straightforward stats, propelled those rawhide spheres over outfield walls. My dog's namesake also a casualty of the scandal, leaving a taste in my mouth as rancid as top scum after 5 seconds of chewing. And this last one I'm going to do, just a quick note on it. Shortly before my father died, he was contacted by John Darrell Sherwood, who interviewed him about his experiences in Vietnam. We had no idea about the book that Mr. Sherwood wrote until a family member stumbled across it on the internet and sent it to me. She sent it on the 10th anniversary of his passing. And it's this book, War in the Shallows, by John Darrell Sherwood. And it's a really cool book about the history of Vietnam. And my dad was on swift boats, so they would have been going up and down the little narrow rivers. This is called Lettuce. This is Spinach. We are under heavy attack. Naval Lieutenant James C. Thorell. Words my father spoke. Things he never told his girls, his wife. I read the surreal account in black and white, added the red myself. Only once in the 34 years I knew him was there mention of Vietnam. My great-uncle, Albert Scott McCuskey, died on Father's Day, slipped away peacefully in church before Alzheimer's had the chance to strengthen its grip. The Navy's second ace in a day, he shot down 5 planes in the Battle of Midway as his aircraft carrier slowly made its final journey to the bottom of the North Pacific, leaving him and his F-4F Wildcat orphans in a sky full of enemies. On this bleak Father's Day, my father, full of nostalgia, pulled out a flag, gently unfolded it, put his finger through a bullet hole, explaining his PCF-31 was under attack. His friends died. What he failed to mention, his action saved the boat and the life of Robert P. Hines Jr. His M16 jammed. he declined combat decoration. It is hard for me to visualize the man I knew operating an M16, this man that could be too trusting, too optimistic. But what I can relate to all too deeply are the words Mr. Hines spoke when, recovered from his injuries, he returned to Vietnam. I want to go back to wherever Mr. Thorell is. Thank you very much.